Hi and welcome to this introductory video to the Worxit dashboard and application. So once you have received your application file to install on your phone, you must submit the Android ID to the Worxit team so that we can set you up on the back-end system. That will be automated shortly. And then also we'll provide you with a username and password. You go to myworxit.co.za, you will have the username here, and you're just going to put in your username and password that we have provided you with. I'm going to say login. Alright, so this is our dashboard where we can basically change between this type of view, street map view or imagery. I quite like the imagery option. So, and then here what you can see is all the licenses that is currently active on our dashboard, and you can see who was logged in and when last were they active. So let's go here onto mine, for instance. I was last checked in on the 11th of the 10th doing an inspection, and my position was over here. So if I had to do an inspection, let's say in Gordons Bay, that would that little pointer will be visible over here. So yeah, that's the map. Then you have the settings area where you can edit your users, what devices are on, sites and zones. If your business is divided into sites and zones, you have the form builder. And then for security, patrols and flagging items in security and stock control. On the left here we have reports, where you have all your inspection reports, data capturing reports, your access control reports, then your patrols and stock movement, inventory adjustment reports, stock holdings, and inventory description for businesses with warehouses. So what I want to show first is how the form builder works, and this is typically where you're going to start your audit sheets or your inspection sheets that you can build. So we'll open it up there, and then you click on create form. Here's all your reports will be highlighted over here, and you can edit them at any time or remove them. For this video I'm just going to create a new form. It opens up the screen, and we are going to, for instance, call it whatever QMS system you have, ABC-05- let's call it A for audit 001, and we can call it risk assessor template. Let's call it risk assessment. Then I'll put in the email addresses where you want. Once it's submitted on the application on your phone, it goes in real time to this email address. You can put in more than one email address by just putting in a comma and adding the email addresses where you want it to be sent. Remember that once it's submitted, it also goes onto the dashboard here to reports. So it's not necessary to have it sent to too many people. Then you can decide on whatever site is registered in your business. I'll just click Worxit there. And then you have multiple types of elements here. I'm just going to touch on the main ones. So short text input is a simple, straightforward question. You drag and drop, and you click on the little pencil. You can remove it there. You can duplicate it by clicking on that, and you can drag and drop it up and down the list. So the short text input here is you basically just ask a question. Has let's say audit being completed, question mark. So that typically just, and you click close, and it's just a normal question with a text input answer. Then you get the same principle but with numbers. So you are the auditor that's going to use the app is only going to use numbers. You've got text input with media, which is very much important in terms of answering questions with photo and video and audio evidence. So you will typically also put in a question, and the answer will be the same as with text, but you can add a video and a photo as proof. Then multiple text input with media. It's very much like a snagging type of tool. You put in the question again, and here it is an open-ended type functionality where you can add text and media input like here, but as much as you want. So that is very nice for snagging, or when you do a observation walk in your plant or at a client where you're just taking photos and making notes, or if you're just doing a walkabout survey. And I'll show you how that works. And then you can put in instructions. So if I want to put in instruction here on how to complete this audit, I just basically go and put a label in it, instruction, please complete the sheet. And then another thing that we can do while I'm on this point is you can click on required, which means the auditor has to put an answer in here, or wherever a question might be. They are not allowed to skip it. So how that works is if you have clicked required and the auditor goes onto the application, it means that they won't be able to submit the audit because they haven't filled in this field. For this exercise, I'll keep it open, and then let's close it. And ultimately you want this to be at the top, so I'll drag it there to the top. Then there's subtitles, QR code, scanning availability. You can scan vehicle registration so that you get the make, model, registration to see whether it's up to date. So that has more to do with I guess fleet management and security. Yes, no questions, fetch GPS. So typically in an audit, I'll put this at the top as well. I'll go and edit and I'll say location of the location where audit was conducted. So in other words, GPS. Just say close. And that is a automated GPS. You don't have to go and input it on the app. It automatically picks up the GPS location on a smartphone. Then there is a normal question with camera. So you just want a question with a photo, not with a video. And then you can also have a question just with a video. Then, of course, signature at the end of your audit, signature of auditor. So you can also edit that in there. You can make that required, obviously. And yeah, then there's automatic date and time. So that's typically when once you sign, it will pick up the date automatically. And one can also put down drop downs. So let's say you want to do questions that has the same type of answers with every question. So we can call it let's call it or all chemicals stored according to hazardous what is it, chemical regulations. Let's just do it like that for now. Sorry, I can't recall, hazardous chemical substances regulations. So then you would put, for instance, yes, no, not applicable, or refer to description. We can close that, and for a description we can put in short text input on the drop down, so that you can explain should there be a further explanation on the question. Then there's a selfie camera. If you want to prove that it was in fact the auditor that did that, you can also put that by the signature. There is long text input, which is 3,000 characters at this point in time. So let's say you've got a summary of high risks or immediate risks. You can list them here on the application. Okay, then there's stock movement in and out, inventory in and out, NFC scan. Let's say you've got maintenance that you need to do on each type of machine. You put an NFC tag on it. Once you hold your phone closer, you can code the NFC with all the details of that machine and keep record of maintenance that's done. Site access control, 2D scanning, 2D movement out of stock. So that is typically the 2D scanners that we supply. That is more for inventory and stock control, and obviously security as well. So that is how you build a form. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say save form. We remember it's ABC05 risk assessment. So there we put save. Success form has been created successfully. Okay, so now I've on my mobile phone, I've opened up the Worxit application, and here you'll see your site that the device is registered on. You put in your username, password, and you sign in. Okay, then you go to reports, and there we go. You can search. Let's say you've got a lot of reports, you can search them at the top. And so, but there's our risk assessment that we just created. We click on that, it opens up the application, and you'll see that there's the instruction at the top, and the way at the top is the form name. The GPS location, you can just press refresh to pick up the current location that you're at. Has the audit been completed? Yes. Text input with media, let's test it out. We'll also just say, let's say the question, it was a question, and we say yes, and then we can take a photo. Oops. You can take a photo and say, yeah, okay, we're happy with that, or you can retry. And then you can also take a video as well if you wanted to. Multiple text input with media works as follows. You can add items, and you can just put in, let's say, your observation while you're doing a walkabout. Let's say housekeeping good, and we can say photo or video, and take a photo of the housekeeping, whatever the case may be, and you just say add. Okay, there we go. That's number one. And then you can add as many as you want with photos and videos. So we just go blah, 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 add. And once you're done with this section, you can just press submit, and it recorded all of that in the background. So if I go in there again, you'll see there's still all all the functionalities and the data that you entered in the background. So let's try the drop down menu. So are all chemicals stored according to hazardous chemical substance regulations? Let's drop down. We'll say refer to description, and then we'll say majority are stored safe. Oh, sorry. Safely, but improvement required. Okay, and here you can put down your summary of high risks. Okay, so that's long text input, and then you can put in your signature. There we go. Selfie camera, I'm not going to take an image of myself right now, and there you can see the current date and time, and you press once you're done. Now this is where I explained if you tick one of the questions as required, if you're going to submit here, it's not going to allow you to submit until you answer that question. But for now, let's submit here. And now it's going to go to my inbox and be saved in real time on the dashboard. Okay, I've opened up the dashboard again. And now what we can do is we can go to reports, and now you can search. How this works is you can search for that report in a date range since all reports started being done. So you can go as you can pick from this date to that date, or let's say today. I'll click on today. The report that we're looking for is ABC. There we go. Click on ABC. You can search the site, or you can search anything. And once we search, there we see the audit that's been completed. I click on that, and there we go. There's our complete record with all data put in the GPS location. Typically the answers is on the left hand side, text is in the middle, and then you've got image and video on the right hand side. If you want to open up the image, you just click here and it opens it up on our cloud, and you can view it. The same with the video, you'll be able to open up and view the video and audio. Multiple text with input, there you'll see housekeeping was good, no image was taken, no video. The same will happen here as here at the top. All the images and video would be available here. And yeah, so there's all your answers. You can see a summary of iris, signature, selfie camera, no image was captured, and the date. So from here, what I can do is I can email it to someone from here. I can export it in PDF. I can export it in Excel, or I can export it in CSV. So let's click on export to PDF. You click it and it's going to download it. Okay, so I've opened up the PDF report from my computer in PDF viewer. So here you can see there's a code that is allocated to each inspection that is done, so that we can trace it on the back end system. So if anything goes missing, you can say the time and the date, and we can look for that specific code as well to trace it. Here's your report name, so you can see it automatically puts it in a very professional format. Site where you worked, there's all the answers. If I click on this, it opens up the street view of where I did the inspection. For security reasons, I'm not going to do that right now. Has the audit been completed? Yes. Text input with media text. Yes. Image, same as that I explained on the dashboard. So, and now I just want to quickly show you how the Excel export looks. Okay, I've opened up the Excel sheet that basically shows the raw data. So typically it's going to throw it out like this, and you can go and restructure and make it nice according to how you want to do it. And let's just make it a bit more neat. And so what I typically do, if I have a multiple audits on a site every week or every second week, I just create the dates here in tabs at the bottom. So it is a very helpful tool if you're more used to Excel and to build a track record for either a client or your sites, your workplace sites, whatever the case may be. So yeah, again, questions on the left hand side, text and audit, text and videos and images. So typically what will happen here is it just provides you with a link. You click on it and there's the photo. It takes you again to our backend system. Signature, if you want to view the signature, same thing. You just open it up like that. So that is the Excel sheet. So to end off this video, I just want to show you that I'm going back to my location and where I was active. And so I can click on that and you can see that the last time I was checked in was on this date and this time, and that was the position that I'm at. So it updates in real time and sends you the email report to the emails that email addresses that you have input there as well. So that's it for this basic introductory video. Please let us know if you have any questions or if you need help and assistance with new ideas or new functionalities that you would like to include on Worxit. Thank you very much.